Cobras Weekly. I'm your host, Brian Schmidt. On today's show, we will review last Saturday's 52-43 win versus the Columbus Lions with the head coach of your Carolina Cobras, Billy Back. Our player spotlight, we will talk with offensive lineman, number 50, Bill Voval. And finally, we will talk about tonight's game on the road against New York Streets. All this and more on this week's Cobra Weekly.
Miranda Lambert, the Roadside Bars and Pink Guitars Tour. Saturday, November 23rd at Greensboro Coliseum. The record-breaking award winner, Miranda Lambert. One of country music's most beloved. Very special guest, Maren Morris. Also featuring Fistulanis. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. before the general public Friday morning at 10 at LiveNation.com.
Many are mediocre, but only few are excellent.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My 48. Don't miss all the action. My 48 is my place for sports.
Welcome back, and joining me as he does every week on the show, head coach of the Carolina Cobras, Billy Back. Welcome, as always.
Another good week.
Very good week. On the road, tough place to play, 52-43 win. Offense scored on every possession. Defense, couple key stops early. And I think one of the biggest things that gets lost is brand new kicker, 7 for 7 on extra points, and a big fourth quarter field goal.
Yeah, it was a good team win. You know, we got some stops early that gave us momentum offensively, got some scores early, and got that confidence rolling for the offense. And so we're pretty excited about it to win at a tough place and, you know, to stretch our lead over them.
Now let's talk about the offense. This has been a concern of yours all year long. This seemed to be, obviously you score in every possession, the most complete game offensively, but it seemed like the receivers were really starting to gel, something that we've talked a lot about, that receivers have been having some troubles. This seemed to be a game where we finally started to see that momentum swing where they're getting what you're trying to get accomplished.
Yeah, the ins, the outs, the goes, the stops, all the options we have in our offense. The new receivers understand it. They're getting on the same page with Chuck, our quarterback, and the line's giving us time to throw it, and it's a beautiful thing when it goes forward and works.
It really is, and Chuck had a phenomenal game. Seemed to really be in rhythm. Talk about him in this game, because we've seen games where he's looked really good, then he's had times where he's kind of spurted, but this game it just seemed like the rhythm was there the whole game. Yeah,
what's great about him is he can be off the mark a little bit. I can jump his can a little bit, get on him. He understands it, fixes it, goes with it, continues to lead the guys. He knows this game in and out, but at the same time, he's the easiest guy to coach on the field. But he's also the leader. He's going to lead. He's going to lead by example. He's going to be hard on his O-line, hard on his receivers. They're going to be hard on him. It's like a big, gigantic family. But once he's on, and he's still yet to be 100% on. His completion percentage is a little bit down, but for the most part, when we score every possession, that's all that matters.
Offensive line really gave him time the whole game. Very few breakdowns, it seemed, throughout the whole game, which again is something that I know you've really been harping on, getting that consistent offensive line play.
Yeah, our O-line's getting better each week. We're still trying to fix the patches in the middle, but then again, it's we need 2.5 seconds to throw the football. We have 2.5 seconds. We should move the ball down the field on anybody we're playing against, and so far we've been able to do that. It's just the fact that our receivers have to catch it, quarterback's got to throw it. All the pieces of the puzzle have to work together. So last week was a good testament to that, and we're looking forward to this week coming up.
Defensively, Didn't get any turnovers. Not a lot of stops, but the 2 stops that they had early were key stops. One right out of the gate, first possession, and then the really big one was right at the end of the half because Columbus would have had the ball coming out second half. And had they scored at the end of the half and now they get the ball third quarter scored, it becomes a tie game rather than that 2-score cushion that you always like to have in arena football.
Right. It was a bend, don't break type defense. The week before, we kind of got exposed a little bit in the secondary on timing routes. This week, we kind of got a little bit more pressure hands up. DBs played a little more aggressive, but they're still trying to gel as well. We had 2 new DBs playing last week's game that were fresh off the couch, and they played pretty well for us. We're pretty excited about them. We're resting up two other guys that we had in the stables, and so once those guys can mesh and come together, I like what we have defensively.
Brand new kicker. Always that deep breath with the kicker. Comes in 7 for 7 on extra points. Key field goal in the fourth quarter. That had to feel good because we've had issues with the extra points.
Yeah, my advice to him was, it really can't get any worse. So it kind of relaxed him and he went and kicked. And our previous kicker was good, but he just was inconsistent. Brandon came in and just nailed every extra point, didn't leave a point on the field. He wasn't quite accurate as our deuces as our previous kicker was, but at the same time, what counts is the point after the conversion. And if we have a clutch field goal late in the game, got to knock it in. And that's the first time we've had a clutch field goal at Columbus, even counting last season. And so Brandon Rutherford did a great job for us kicking, and we couldn't be happier.
All right, when we come back, highlights of Carolina Cobra's big win in Columbus.
Many are mediocre, but only few are excellent.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My 48. Don't miss all the action. My 48 is my place for sports.
Miranda Lambert, the Roadside Bars and Pink Guitars Tour. Saturday, November 23rd at Greensboro Coliseum. The record-breaking award winner, Miranda Lambert. One of country music's most beloved. Very special guest, Maren Morris. Also featuring Pistol Annie's. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. before the general public Friday morning at 10 at livenation.com.
Are excellent.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My 48. Don't miss all the action. My 48 is my place for sports.
Welcome back, and let's get into the highlights from Columbus. So, Billy, coming right out of the gate, again, we've really done a good job of scoring on the first possession, and no different here, 19 yards, Charles to Pearson.
Yeah, we like to pick on the baby. Number 3 is a smaller defensive back. We wanted to go at him last time we played against him, and Vaughn's a heck of a route runner. Put him on his back and put him in a little kangaroo pouch.
Here's a little something you know, we see a lot of that early score, which is always so important.
Well, we always want the ball first, and so that's key for us.
Here's something you don't see out of the offense every day, a little screen to the tight end.
Yeah, Bill kick-stepped wrong, first off. Should have got an inside release. Gets down to the 1 yard line, chance to stiff arm a DB with that big old arm he's got, and decides to let him tackle him, kind of gave him a gift. If I was Bill, I'd have ran right at him and ran him over. But,
yeah, I know everybody that saw this got real excited. A big man get a chance for a touchdown here. So a little disappointing he got tackled.
It's okay to play the piano, just don't take it with you on the football field, you know?
Yeah, it's a great play. And then come right back, and a big play like that, you get a score, McCollum to Jolly.
Yeah, it was a pick pylon action, beautiful ball, great catch. DB's holding all over him. Of course, they don't call it because they don't see it. But pass interference all over the place. We had two guys held in this play, but it was a great ball placement, great hands, great concentration, good protection, and great celebration.
Always been a staple route for you.
Now look at our Von Pearson's getting held like crazy there. One's all over Jolly's back. But it is what it is. We'll take the touchdown.
Yeah,
right there at the slot.
It's a great play.
So good time. So you saw that DN come clean. He was dropping to the flats.
Come right back with a little flip to Priester for a touchdown.
Yeah, this is L quick. It's all about just getting the ball to the edge and getting an athlete the ball. I think Kai had a heck of a game. He really came out of his shell this game, and we're excited what he can bring to the table.
Yeah, it's always exciting when you see these young guys really start to develop and start to make plays as the season goes on.
Yeah, we had good edge blocking, good blocking by our out receivers on the outside as well, so it all worked.
Here's a trade that's starting to look really good. Another touchdown pass to Pearson. Had a big night.
Yeah, just the inside and out. This is a dig route. He just went in, went back out, left the DB in his dust, and it was a pretty good catch and pitch because it wasn't the play call. Like our guys have green lights to sit it down, to carry it, to stop, to go. And Vaughn saw the opening to whip back out. Chuck saw it too, shot him a missile, and it was a heck of a play.
Big play at the end of the half. A tackle at the 2 yard line. They're out of timeouts. They're not able to stop the clock. And this was a huge play because if they score here, they get the ball beginning of third quarter, another score there, it's a tie game.
Well, I like it because the visiting coach thought that the clock's supposed to stop, yet it doesn't. It stops in time to set the football. And once the football's set, the clock starts, and that's the end of the half. And so I really like this. They didn't know the rules.
Cullen makes a play with his feet here, gets away from that defensive end, touchdown.
Yeah, we had a screen called that they blew it up. They read it, jumped it. Chuck's athletic enough to work out of the pocket, and Jolly's on the same page as him. And number 2 had a shot dead to rights and missed it. Jolly put the baby on his back again and got a touchdown.
Yeah, we'll see it one more time here. McCollum just has some great escapability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, we talk about Pearson again, and here's another one with a great throw and catch.
Well, this is, again, verse number 3. Number 3 tried to catch him at the line and press him. And we like to say, get off the tracks when the train's coming through. Once again, number 3 is the baby. And we knocked him on his butt, got up, couldn't make the play. Yvonne's just a physical athletic receiver, and like I said, they're becoming one, Chuck and him.
Finally, big field goal at the at a key point in this game. Just almost to the end, get a great kick here for a field goal, and this really kind of cemented the game for us.
Yeah, we had a alignment malfunction. Our fullback was in the wrong spot, blocking the snap. We couldn't get his attention. He wasn't paying attention, and as you can see, I'm already out there talking to him. He was blocking the snap to the center to the holder, and luckily, Squally's tough enough to whip it around him, and Jolly put it down, and Brandon kicked it through.
Big win.
Big win.
All right, when we come back, our player segment with the big O lineman, Big Bill. Stick around.
The best wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor Wrestling, creating excellence every week.
Saturday at 11 on My 48.
Feel great. Rock and roll, man. Here we go!
2016, a league was formed.
3-0. Oh, what a play! Oh, what a hit. Look out.
In 2018, a franchise was born.
Excellent block. But let's watch this again. Watch McCollum.
That led to a national championship.
Watch Jolly here with his arm wrapped around. There's a play and I don't see McCollum running too often, but when he does, he's extremely effective. He's always trying to.
We made a point tonight who MVP really is, who the first team players really are. For you guys in this city here, best fans in the league, best franchise in the league.
The hardest hits, the most intense action, the best wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor Wrestling. Creating excellence every week.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My 48. My 48 is my place for sports.
Carolina Cobras player segment today, we're joined by offensive lineman number 50, Bill Vaval. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man, let's start with your college career. Where'd you go to school?
Utah State. I'm a
State.
JUCO product from Snow College.
All right. One of the things about you that is rare is you're not only outstanding offensive lineman, you're also an outstanding defensive lineman. Talk a little bit about what it takes to be able to do both sides of the ball at a high level.
Well, I'm a team player. That's what it is. Offense, I'm more of a technician. D-line, I just let loose. That's all. That's all I do.
That is true. We've played against you. That's why we're glad you're here. Talk about your pro career. Really, you've been a lot of different places.
I started my career off with Colorado Crush.
Boo. Boo.
Played against Billy back 4 years. I was 2 years with Colorado, a year with Spokane, and then a year with Mass. And now I'm here with the Cobras.
You like it here better?
Hey, I like the atmosphere. I'm glad I get to play with Chuck.
Billy, this has been a guy we've wanted around for a long time, so I know it was very exciting when we got him here.
Yeah, we watched them play for the Crush. Their offensive line they had that season. I'm thinking, how in the world did they get this offensive line here? In Colorado, a great scenic place, but just didn't seem like there was much to offer in Colorado. But the guys who were there balled out. I mean, they had a heck of an offensive line, and Bill was a guy that I knew of before we even got to there. And watching him play there, watching him play at Spokane, and then knowing he was signing with Mass last year, I thought, man, this guy we cut on purpose on an extra point because we couldn't block him last year. So, but to know that Bill can play an offensive line at the high level and play defensive line at a high level and be one of the most disruptive forces that we've been around, we were lucky to get him, lucky to have him here. He's not only a good guy on the field, but he's a great guy off the field. Fun to talk to, laugh and joke with. He's probably nervous now talking to the camera, but he's all smiles, always a good time. But he always talks to me about, hey, coach, get me in the end zone. So we dropped that pass off to him this weekend, and he just drops it all off at the 2-yard line. It's like getting that marathon finish line, just set it down. But no, we're excited that he's here, and he's been a huge part to our success so far this season.
You play offense, defensive line, and I know what you're going to tell me. You're a team player, but what's your favorite?
D-line. Because I
Why?
get to kill the quarterback and the running back.
Disruptive.
Now, the one interesting thing that came out of Columbus, because you did play both sides of the ball last weekend, is they were really cutting you. If anybody could see pictures of your legs right now, they would shudder. Talk a little bit about what you went through last weekend, because you were playing both sides quite a bit.
I don't know. Well, I was told they were going to attack me anyways because how disruptive I was on both sides of the ball. The only thing I could do is just keep playing and tell them, you're too big to be cutting me. We're the same size. There's no way you should be cutting me on any play. So.
That didn't really stop him, did it?
Nope, they just kept doing it the whole game. Now my legs was.
It's kind of like a respect factor. They're like, I can't block you, so I'm going to cut you. That's what you're telling them.
You know, one thing that was interesting was you didn't seem to get tired. Even in the fourth quarter, watching you play, you didn't get tired, which was really a testament to how hard you work out. And you have a really hardcore workout regimen.
Yeah, well, I give it up for Blaze. He gets us ready for the season. But at the end of the day, it's a mental thing. How I look at it is if my mom and dad can go to work, get sick, tired, there's no room for me to complain going out on the football field. Hurt or not, I'm still going to play.
We need more people like that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy. That's exactly what you look at.
That's just my why. Every day I get on the football field with my parents.
What's your goals? I mean, obviously, you know, everybody wants to play in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Are your goals still NFL, CFL? What kind of goals do you have?
Goals the same. Just win the ring and make it to the next level. That's it.
Those are great goals to have.
Yeah.
There's no reason you shouldn't be busy on Sundays.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. There's so many guys out there that get overlooked, you know, by a scout who really doesn't know what he's looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the thing for us is we're trying to, you know, get you guys out there, get seen, get a ring. Success brings opportunities, and that's our number one initiative is get you guys that next level. So,
well, pleasure to have you here, and I'm just going to call you what I always call you, Big Bill, because I've butchered your last name enough today.
Yeah.
So thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. When we come back, we'll talk about this weekend's game against the New York Streets, so stick around.
Many are mediocre, but only few are excellent.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My 48. Don't miss all the action. My 48 is my place for sports.
Miranda Lambert, the Roadside Bars and Pink Guitars Tour. Saturday, November 23rd at Greensboro Coliseum. The record-breaking award winner, Miranda Lambert. One of country music's most beloved. Very special guest, Maren Morris. Also featuring Pistol Annie's. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. before the general public Friday morning at 10 at LiveNation.com.
The hardest hits, the most intense section, the best wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor Wrestling. Creating excellence every week.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My 48. My 48 is my place for sports.
Welcome back. And Billy, let's talk about tonight's game on the road against New York Streets. But before we do that, tonight's game is a 3 p.m. start. Come out to Cooper's Ale House and watch the watch party. Cheer us on. And just remember, the start time is 3 p.m. So, Billy, let's talk about the New York Streets. They've struggled a little bit recently. Actually, since they came and played us at home, they have struggled a little bit. They've lost last two against Massachusetts. Talk a little bit about them and where they're at right now and what you see coming out of this game.
Well, they still got a lot of good athletes. You know, their receiving core is really solid. You know, with Edgar Allan Poe and Rob Jones, they're pretty explosive players. Their quarterback E.J. Namath's still there. I think they're lacking their O-line play is what's been hurting them. Defensively, they got a great defensive line. They got Amari Manhurts, who's with us last season. Herbert Moore from Ole Miss. You know, they got a big star-studded cast, but you know their back-end DBs have been banged up. I think that's the problem. Their last couple games is their best defensive back's been out. So, you know, we're looking to attack those problems and issues and still play fast. You know, the last time we played them, we didn't have Charles. We had Jolly at quarterback.
Yeah.
So, Charles get a nice taste of them and get after it. And, we're looking to play fast and finish faster.
What's the key defensively for us against them?
We just got to get our hands in the passing lane with EJ. He throws a kind of a sidearm, quick release. He's got a cannon. But at the same time, we can't let them, get off scot-free on their routes. We got to be able to, get in there and distract them, just be destructive with our hands in the high motion. But at the same time, defensive line's got to pin their ears and go. EJ is mobile. He's an older, mobile quarterback that can make plays. They're going to run quarterback sneaks up near the goal line with him. But at the same time, our guys have got to be disciplined. They'll run screens and tight end slips on us. Our guys got to be disciplined and be able to play fast, yet understand their roles and taking away the key plays.
All right, well, have fun this weekend. Bring back a victory.
We're looking forward to it. New York.
New York.
So.
All right, thank you very much for coming this week.
Thanks for having us.
All right, finally, some very sad news. On Monday, Carolina Cobras were saddened by the loss of Director of Player Personnel and friend Clayton Banner. Survived by his mom, Millie, his wife, Tracy, and his daughter, Ava, Clayton was a true family man and friend to many around him, including myself, Billy, and especially defensive coordinator Josh Resignado. He's a great family man. One of his two passions was always his family. He talked about his wife, Tracy, and his daughter, Ava, all the time. And Clayton's obvious other passion was, of course, football and players and helping players fulfill their dream to be able to play professional football. His smile, upbeat personality always made people around him smile, and he never forgot a player or a coach that he came in contact with. He's so happy for myself, Billy, and Josh to be in the same place because this is the first time in our careers. He often joked with us that this is the first time that he's ever, had to send players, not felt bad about sending a player to a better player to one of us while, letting the other player do it. So with that, we want to thank everybody for their prayers and wishes, and we want to let everybody know that we miss Clayton very much.